it. How the fuck you... Look at you! Already skipping steps. Go watch the last episode. Thanks. I'll wait. You still here?
No limit, baby.
What's up, gang? And we are back with Okay Lily's No Limit, the podcast. Let's get into it. Episode 2. If you haven't already, go and watch episode 1. I gave you step 1 to becoming a boss lady, boss gentleman, boss period. So you better go get into it before you get into this, because you can't get into this if you ain't got into that. Do you hear me? Of course y'all don't hear me. That's okay though, because we gonna get into it. All right, let's go. Before we get into step 2, let me just start by saying there is no step 2. Okay, your next step is whatever you make it, but your next step is also kind of understanding that you can't skip steps. I don't know if y'all heard me, but I'll repeat myself if you need. You cannot skip steps. You out here trying to skip steps, you're gonna end up right back at square one. And you know what happens when you're right back at square one? Then you lose faith in yourself. Then you're like, damn, I can't do this shit. No, it's not that you can't. It's that you refuse to see that it's a process to every fucking thing. It's the fact that you refuse to understand that things don't happen overnight. You know, it's the fact that you just refuse to accept the fact that you're not gonna wake up and all of your dreams come true. No, baby, no. You wasted your money. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. No, you don't just, this is not no get rich quick scheme. No, you don't just wake up and be like, oh, famous. Yeah, no, okay? Like, you have to put in the work, baby. Oh, sorry. Y'all don't like to work. It sucks. You're willing to go work a 9 to 5, but you can't put in the work for yourself, for what you want. Let's talk about it. You can clock in and work for someone else, but you can't put in the same effort and energy for yourself and your own dreams. Let's talk about it. Okay. And no, there's nothing wrong with working a job. I work jobs. That's not what I'm saying. Before y'all try to twist my words, I'm saying if you can give your energy there, you can give that same energy for yourself. That's all I'm saying, but whatever. The thing is, the next step is understanding how far you're willing to go. How far are you willing to take it? How far is too far? You know, how far isn't far enough? You know, just, it's up to you. I mean, you got your head together. If you watched episode 1, you got your head together. So what about your work ethic? What about it? Where are you going? What you gonna do? How are you gonna make it happen? Because like I said, it don't just happen. It's not gonna fall off the sky. Nobody's gonna hand it to you. It's up to you. Do you want to make it work? Do you want to make it work? Oh, okay. So why you sitting here looking at me? It's like, nah, you looking at me because I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Okay. Y'all. Believing in yourself is not the equivalent of working and putting in the work for yourself, okay? So step 1, it was pretty much, you know, getting your mind together, pretty much getting your belief system, you know, getting you in the groove of understanding. Now, this is where it's time to get active, okay? It's gonna take more than just, oh, I believe it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Yes, you believe it, but what are you gonna do about it? Actions are more than just a thought, okay? If you have that thought, oh, I want to make money, how are you going to do it? You can make money, absolutely, but how are you going to do it? You can get famous, absolutely, but how are you going to do it? You're going to get famous for For what? Like, you know, there's always that, you know, something else, you know, that fine print, you know. Come on. Doing what? What are you gonna do? We're waiting. Right now, you're not giving what you're supposed to give. You're wasting my time. Get into it. It's like, nah. But seriously, though, like, you cannot skip levels in this process. So, yes, your head is together, but you have to figure out what comes next for you. I have a really bad habit of playing with this, but whatever. I'm fidgety. Ah! Okay. Sorry. But anyways, you cannot... no, Lili, keep your feet together. Alright, but y'all, so the reason I say that you cannot skip levels is, and listen carefully because I'm serious, like this happens. When you skip levels, it's like you're greedy, like you're doing too much, like you're rushing the process, and it's a process that cannot be rushed, you know, like you have to take things step by step, one at a time. Like, it's not just, you have to have patience, okay? That's it. You just have to have patience. And a lot of people don't have patience. I personally don't have patience, but it takes patience. Like, and I'm not even just saying, like, patience as you know what. I'm saying patience with yourself. Because there are going to be some days where you're like, I can't. But you can. You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But that's what I mean when I say you have to be patient with yourself. You have to humble yourself, or the process is going to humble you. Now I meant what I just said right then. If you don't humble yourself, believe me when I say the process is going to humble you. Okay? Because when you start skipping them steps, and you end up back at square one right where you started, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Because everything is about choices. You know, what happens to you, you know, years from now could be based off of a decision you made today. It's levels to this shit. It's really levels to this shit, okay? And you cannot base your placement on what your skills and what you're trying to do based on somebody else's lifestyle, based on someone else's placement. You know, just because you see Billy Bob over there and they're up, you know, they're doing their damn thing, you're forgetting Billy Bob didn't wake up and just be up. Billy Bob went through a process just like you're doing. So just because you're not where Billy Bob is doesn't mean you're not where you're supposed to be. It's levels to this shit, okay? Billy Bob went through his levels. Billy Bob is where he needs to be. Now, you over here trying to skip levels because you so worried about Billy Bob, you know? So if you're so worried about Billy Bob, then who is taking care of these levels that you need to be accomplishing? Let's talk about it. You over here looking at Billy Bob. Billy Bob already up. What about you? What are you doing? Oh. Okay. Oh, all right. So, what are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go? You know, you want to be like Billy Bob. You better put in that work. Sorry, my lashes. Y'all seen that? Tacky. Anyways, another thing. Do not limit yourself trying to be complacent with your friends. Now, I understand we all have friends, you know, and you don't want to be that friend that ends up like, you know, oh, you're stuck up, you're not the same, you change. Change is... Like, can you not? I'm sorry, y'all. My phone is broken. Anyways, you cannot limit yourself being complacent with your friends, okay? So you're going to come across a time where you're elevating, you know, because you're in your process, you're following your steps, you're doing what you got to do to get where you want to be. Now, some of you have some friends that do not understand elevation. They do not understand the process. They do not understand, okay? And that's okay. But you also have to be comfortable and confident enough in yourself to tell them how it is. And if you can't do that, then you need some new friends. There's no other way to... I'm sorry, y'all. We had to have a brief intermission because my phone's a crackhead. So anyways, back to the real shit, because hopefully it cooperates. Well, I finish. You know what I'm saying? Just vibe with me. Just vibe with me. Yeah. Vibe. So no. But seriously though, back to the real shit. So like I was saying, before I was really interrupted, like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking, okay. Woo! We're talking about friends. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing about leveling up. Here's the thing about elevation. This is the thing about the process. So while you're in the midst of the process, you know, you're bettering yourself, you're finding your way, you're leveling up, shall we? There's gonna be people, whether they're in your circle, out of your circle, there's just gonna be people. They're not going to like that, you know, they're not going to understand. They'll see it as stuck up energy. They'll see it as you know, like you've changed. You know, they'll see it as something negative. They'll look at it from a negative perspective, and that's going to happen. But look, here's how you deal with that. You don't. You don't deal with that shit, okay? Because you don't have room for that shit. You don't have time for that shit. Don't limit yourself because who the fuck ever thinks whatever the fuck they think, because it's their perspective that's fucked up, not you. Okay? Let's make that very clear. It's not you, it's them. It's very much so them, and they're not giving what they're supposed to give, and that's just nasty. We don't like that shit, okay? We're in a positive bubble, and that shit needs to stay far, far away. Yeah, that. Okay? Because when you want more for yourself, you're going to tend to do more for yourself, okay? When you want elevation, you have to do what it takes to elevate, you know what I mean? So if you want to reach that level, you know, you really want to maintain boss status, you got to put in the work to maintain boss status, you know? Like, you can't just be a boss one day and then be like, okay, what the fuck? No. You're wasting our time. That's not it, okay? So it's just like, let your story be your story, okay? Don't worry about Billy Bob, okay? And don't worry about the negative Nancy's, okay? Irrelevant. Your way or the highway. Okay, so literally your next step, you know, your step 2 is recognizing what you need to do. Recognizing that regardless, it's a process. Recognizing that you're not going to skip any steps, you're just going to do it. You know, how it comes, how it goes, you go. Like, your process is your process. Nobody can tell you how your process goes. I can't tell you how your process goes. All I'm saying is don't try to speed it up. All I'm saying is don't try to overstep the way your process has already been set, okay? Because when you know, you'll know. Like, your process. You want to leave? Okay, honey. Know your process, know your steps, because what good are you going to be to anybody else if you're not even any good to yourself? You know, I'm not saying that you can't be good to others. I'm not saying that, you know, you can't do for others, but my thing is this: if you're being good for them, you're taking care of them, who's being good to you? Who's taking care of you? Oh, okay. Like I said, so it's okay when you have those friends that start being like, oh, you changed, you're stuck up now, you're so different, you're acting funny. like I said, it's not you, baby, it's them. It's their perspective. You know, they've already decided, they've already made that decision to look at you in a negative aspect just because you tried to better yourself. Okay, they're decided that, oh, you must want to be better than them, when in reality that was never the case. Okay, because I don't know you, but you're probably a genuine person. You probably would never do your friend like that, you know, because I wouldn't, you know, but you're just gonna come across people that are just, you know, built like that. You know, they got mindsets like that. You ain't really shit you can do about that, you know what I mean? But, you know, just give the energy where it can be reciprocated. So if you run into the fact and you realize that you got friends that are like that, it ain't nothing to cut that off. Do you hear me? Okay, like, y'all, I lost so many friends. So, because this is the thing, if you lose any friends, you didn't technically lose at all. Let me explain that to you. So, it's not losing friends. You're not really losing. You're, you know, when you come across a point where it feels like you've lost something, it's really the part of the process. It's part of your protection, part of your elevation, because when you're starting to elevate, you know, the energy around you, the universe, whomever you believe in is protecting you now, okay? They've taken you under their wing, and so they're going to remove anybody who's just not supposed to be there. They're going to remove anything that's just not supposed to be there. Things are going to start, you know, making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing. Okay. That's really it, y'all. That's really it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really levels to the shit. Okay? You can't skip the process. You know, there's going to be parts of the process that are going to be difficult. That's fine. Just do it. Like I said last episode, if you watched it, which you probably fucking didn't. So I don't even know why the fuck you watching this shit. How the fuck you... Look at you! Already skipping steps. Go watch the last episode. Thanks. I'll wait. You still here? Go on. Anyways. But yeah. Don't skip steps, y'all. It's levels to the shit. And it's okay to lose friends. Because you didn't really lose. They did. That's just the reality of it. No. Y'all, I promise this time you will see me again next week. Okay? I was late because my allergies hate me. Yeah. But I will be back next week. And the week after that. And the week after that. Because I'm going to do the smart thing, which I should have did the first time. And you in my business. I don't gotta explain shit to you. Anyways. Y'all, okay, and I'm out. Okay, Lily is out, y'all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all next week. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, because I'm with it every week with the real shit. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Okay, Lily out.